All right, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so today's training is so important. Today, you're going to determine your level today. So no matter where you're at, we said, are you any good? Do you suck? Right? And so that was just a little thing to get you kind of in there. But in all seriousness, what we want to do with today's training is in 15 minutes. Listen to me, stay by if you're watching this, because in 15 minutes, I'm going to send you a link and you're going to have access to the roadmap. And we're going to do this interactive, where you're going to be checking the things off, see where you're at. But I wanted to do something first. And what I wanted to talk to you about first, before we present the roadmap, I want to go through this because it is very important. What I want you to do is I want you to consider your relationship with music. Okay? I want you to consider it. Consider your relationship with music, because one of the things that I'm finding is that we are approaching music from a negative mindset, and it's hindering some of our practice. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is you don't want to approach from a I am not sufficient mindset. There's something wrong with me, competitive, comparing everybody else. Oh, I should be here, but I'm really here, right? Coming into a practice session with that kind of mindset is detrimental. You're literally sabotaging your own practice session when you do that. So you don't want to come into your practice comparing and what everybody else is doing. Remember, music is you. It's self-expression, right? And so here's what we're going to do. We want to determine our level today. We want to use the roadmap to do it. And one of the things that bothered me for a while when I was creating this is, why was I making songs, learning things, but they're not sticking, right? The things that I'm learning, some of the MIDI files that I'm doing, and some of the things that you guys learn, you're doing it, but then it's for some reason it's not sticking, right? And you may know it this week, but the next week, what happens, right? So this is something that we all struggle with. So I want you to listen to me before we get in the roadmap, because if you go into the roadmap but you don't understand this, then it doesn't matter. So I want you to listen to me. This is really cool. The only thing that matters in music is what's in the subconscious, right? When we say subconscious, it means that you're not thinking about it. Now think about it. You don't think about walking. And why don't you think about walking? Right? Because you walk every day. You're not even thinking about it anymore. You're not thinking about breathing, right? What's 1 + 1? Most of you just say the answer right away. What's 5 + 5? Boom. Most of you got it right away. You're not thinking about it. What's 31 times 214? See, what happens now? See, so what happens now when I ask you that, you're not like 1 + 1 and 5 + 5. Now you're getting on a pen and paper, you're getting on a calculator. You see what I'm saying? You're thinking. Okay, so follow me here. So the goal is, right? Look, I changed the slide. The primary goal of vocabulary, when we talk about building vocabulary, this is so important. The primary goal of building vocabulary is to move the information that you have musically to muscle memory. I'm going to say that again because this is so important. The primary goal is to get to where you are not thinking about. If you are still thinking about your next move, it's not in muscle memory. It's not in muscle memory. It's not in muscle memory unless you're doing it automatic. Everybody here has a set of chords that you have that are automatic. And everybody has chords that you have to think about, or movements that you're thinking. So this is what's so cool, is because the goal of your practice, so when you're coming to a practice, look how quick we're moving through this thing. When you come into a practice session, you're not practicing. See, what you guys got to think is what is a practice session for? It's to get it to where everything is automatic, right? To where everything is in the muscle memory, right? And this is why when you see guys play, they don't even look like they're thinking, they're just enjoying themselves. So by the time you're doing this, you should be enjoying yourself. Now I want to say something really quick in terms of creativity. Okay, we don't practice creativity. Creativity is not something that you practice. Now this is some good stuff. Okay, Joel, yes, that's fine. Listen to me again. Creativity is not something that you practice. Okay, so what you're practicing is systems. What you practice is systems designed to move information from the conscious mind to the unconscious mind. Okay, let me say this again. You do not practice creativity. You practice systems. You practice in a way that will move information from where you're thinking about it to where you're no longer thinking about it. And how does that happen? Right? How does that happen? How do we get to where, oh, what's this, to where it's automatic, right? It's daily. It's not the length of time. It's not about practicing 8 hours. It's about practicing 5 minutes every day. You see what I mean? It's so some of us are so focused on length and not, because how do things get to habit? We're talking about building muscle memory. We're talking about moving things from where you're thinking about it to where you're not. You see what I mean? So this is the neat thing about this. So the primary goal of the roadmap. Okay, so we're going to get to the roadmap now. What is the job of the roadmap? Okay, and I'm about to share a link. I said 15 minutes. I got here in less than 10. This is perfect. The job of the roadmap is to see the amount of things that are in muscle memory. Don't tell me, if I tell you, do you know a C sharp, sharp 9, sharp 5? And you're like, it's a no, okay? It's a no, because it's not in muscle memory. The things that you know are the things that are in muscle memory. And if you judge yourself by that rule, it's kind of freeing. You understand what I'm saying? It's freeing, because then you understand that, okay, I kind of know this, but I don't. You see? And so what we're doing is we're leaving things that kind of know. You're moving on. And then you're asking yourself, well, why don't I remember? You feel me? So, so the job of the roadmap is not to pat you on the back, make you feel good.